Okay, good evening to everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, so this meeting we're going to discuss this topic, no, sa ultimate moment capacity of a pre-stress beams. Now, so if we recall sa atong mga previous na nga topic, no, nga na discuss na. So ang first chapter we introduced to the different concept of pre-stress concrete, and those are ways of determining the stresses, no, in the pre-stress beam, both at the top and the bottom fiber stress. Then in the next chapter, we discuss on the proportioning of a pre-stress beam. So that is proportioning a pre-stress beam based on service load condition, no, based on the allowable stresses, both at the time of the initial pre-stress and at the time of final or effective nga pre-stress. Now, in the design of a pre-stress concrete beam, we need to check the stresses at service load, and also we need to determine whether the beam has sufficient ultimate moment capacity. So, mo nang sa design sa pre-stress concrete nga beam, dunay at least duha ka stages, no, sa design. I-design nato a service load condition, then we check its ultimate moment capacity. Now, regarding the ultimate moment capacity computation, so atong gi-distinguish ang duha ka types sa pre-stress member depending on whether the tendons are banded or unbanded to the concrete, no? So in the first part, we will consider banded tendons. So in the banded tendon, the tendons are that is banded to the concrete, no? So kung panalitan mo ni siyang atong pre-stress member, then you have here your cable within the member. So the cable are inserted, no, into cable ducts. Then after it is being tensioned, so the cable ducts are being injected with grout. So the grouting will serve to transfer the tensile stress in concrete to the tensile stress in the cable to the concrete. So mo na siya ang banded nga beam. Now, as regards banded tendons, so ang analysis nga i-present na to, which will follow, is subject to the following SCI limitation. So first, the failure is primarily a flexural failure with no shear band or anchorage failure, which might decrease the strength of the section. Then second, the beams are banded. So unbanded beams possess different ultimate strength. Then third, the beams are statically determinate. So kini siya nga analysis mo apply, no, sa statically determinate members. For indeterminate beams, it has a somewhat different approach. Then fourth, the loads are static, so impact, fatigue, or long-time loadings are not considered. Now, the same as for the ordinary beam, no, the beam can fail in flexure in at least three ways. So first, when the beam is under-reinforced, so the failure will start with excessive elongation of steel and ends with the crushing of concrete. So in an under-reinforced section, the moment capacity is governed by the tensile strength of the pre-stressing reinforcement. Then second, in an over-reinforced section, so it is concrete that will fail first. Then third, you have also a too lightly reinforced section. So when you have a very small amount of steel, so where the strength of the steel is equal to the tensile strength of concrete or even lower, then once the concrete will crack, no, on the tension side, it will also be followed by the breaking of steel. So kini siyang tulo ka mode of failure has to be or rather these are the three possible modes of failure, no. Now in the subsequent formulas mo ni siya ang atong mga notation nga gamiton. So just remember nga kung doon na tay subscript nga P, then it refers to the pre-stressing reinforcement. Then for simple nga kuano, kaning omega without the prime, so this refers to the mild steel reinforcement. Then with the prime symbol, it refers to the compression reinforcement. So for example, rho sub P is the steel ratio for pre-stress reinforcement, then rho is the steel ratio for mild steel reinforcement, and rho prime is the steel ratio for mild compression reinforcement. So similarly, you have your effective depth D, D prime, and D sub P. Then area of the reinforcement APS, AS, and AS prime. Then for the strength of steel, so you have FPS, that is the steel stress at ultimate moment capacity. So this is computed using some empirical formula. And FPU, this is taken from the material nga property, no? The ultimate strength of the pre-stress reinforcement. So different types of cable be specified nga ultimate strength. Then FPY, that is the yield strength of the pre-stress reinforcement. Then FSE, effective pre-stress of steel. And for mild steel, so you have Fy. Then for concrete, you have F sub C prime. Now, between the three possible modes of failure, ano siya dire, no? So, under-reinforced, over-reinforced, and too lightly reinforced, ang atong preferred mode of failure is under-reinforced, no? So, we want that if the section will fail first, then the failure should be initiated by elongation of steel rather than by crushing of concrete. So, for reasons that crushing of concrete is a sudden, brittle kind of failure, whereas steel fails by yielding, no? So it will exhibit first excessive elongation, which will result into widening of cracks and propagation of cracks towards the neutral axis, and it will be accompanied also by increasingly large deflection, which will give a warning, no, of the impending collapse. Unlike if the failure is due to crushing concrete, it is sudden, no, so there is no warning. So that's why a well-designed or well-proportioned beam dapat ato siyang ikuan nga under reinforced siya, no? Really over reinforced and also not too lightly reinforced. So to ensure condition 1, that is failure to be initiated by yielding of steel, so ang atong reinforcement index omega P, which is equal to rho sub P FPS over F sub C prime, should not exceed 0.36 beta 1. So where rho sub P, that is the steel reinforcement ratio for the pre-stress reinforcement, and beta 1, that is a factor, no, which depends on the strength of concrete. So if F sub C prime less than or equal to 30 megapascal, beta 1 takes a constant value 0.85. If it is greater than 30 megapascal, then we have here a straight line equation, no? So 0.85, then a reduction of 0.008, then quantity F sub C prime minus 30, which represents the excess, no, of the concrete strength beyond 30 megapascal. But in no case will beta 1 be less than 0.65. Now, if ordinary reinforcing bars are used together with pre-stressing steel, for example, you have your section, then kay pre-stressing reinforcement dire, no? Oops. How will we pick this up? Okay. And in addition to that, no, na, usually naaman tay mga mild steel nga butang diri sa corner. in order to hold the stirrups in place, and also sometimes intentionally to reinforce the beam for tension if the tensile stress will exceed the tensile strength of concrete. So one way to address the problem will be to provide mild steel reinforcement. And of course, naasa igayon, no? Naasa tay kining compression bars dire, no? And they will serve to hold the stirrups in place, or again, pwede sad nga intentional yun nga atong butangan siya o mild steel reinforcement, no? On the compression side, if the compressive stress will exceed the allowable compressive stress in concrete. So usually the procedure in designing kining pre-stressed concrete beams will be, first we proportion it based on service load condition as described, no? Procedure na is described in this chapter, kani siya. Then once we have already the initial size and reinforcement, which is calculated based on service load condition, then we just check its ultimate moment capacity. So panalita kuwang siya kuan sa tension side, then we just add mild steel reinforcement rather than revise, no, the size of the beam or the amount of pre-stressing reinforcement. So mao ni siya kasagaran buhaton na lang, no? Puno, we just add a mild steel reinforcement. So if these mild steel reinforcing bars are present, then our reinforcement index will be modified. So to omega sub P, we add omega, which is for the tension bars, then minus omega prime for the compression bars. And so instead of simply this one, no, not exceeding 0.36 beta 1, so kanang omega P, ato na siyang punan sa omega o minusan sa omega prime. Then the sum, no, not to exceed 0.36 beta 1. So ang ato omega, that is rho Fy over F sub C prime, omega prime rho prime Fy over F sub C prime, where rho and rho prime are the steel reinforcement ratio for mild steel nga tension o compression reinforcement respectively. Now as for the values of Fpy, so doon ay duha ka formula, no, depending on the type of pre-stressing strands that we are using. For low relaxation pre-stressing strands, Fpy is taken to be 0.9 of the ultimate tensile strength and 0.85 Fpu for stress relief strands. Now, the analysis of an under-reinforced banded beam will be very similar, no, to a ordinary reinforced beam o katong conventional nga beam, no. At ultimate load condition, so we have here on the compression side the average stress in concrete, which is the equivalent, no, katong Whitney's equivalent stress rectangular stress block, and the depth of the stress block is A. So you have here the resultant compressive force C, and on the tension side you have the total tensile force T. So as you can see, kini siya diagram, familiar naman muna ini, no, sa atong reinforced concrete design in course. And so atong ikuan ang total tensile force is equal to APS multiplied by FPS. Then the total compressive force will be the average concrete strength, 0.85 F sub C prime, multiplied by the area in compression, no, or area over which the stress block will act. And that is equal to B multiplied by A. Then internal equilibrium requires that C will be equal to T. So atong equate, then solve this equation for A, we get this result, no? So there's a note here. So FPS is used because pre-stress steel, unlike sa kining mild steel reinforcement, which have a well-defined yield point, ang kining pre-stressing steel wala siya a well-defined yield point, no? That is why FPS is computed using some empirical nga mga formulas. So once we have computed the depth of the stress block, then we can determine the moment arm of the internal couple, and that would be D minus or dP minus A over 2, and we can compute the internal moment, no? Since we know the force, either T or C, then multiplied by the internal nga moment arm, dP minus A over 2, that will give you your moment capacity. So if this is under-reinforced, then the moment capacity will be governed, no, by the allowable tension in steel. So ang kuan lang nini, ang problema nini pila may unsa man nato pag-compute nining FPS. So the code gives us 3 formulas for computing FPS. This is for banded nga tendons. So we have first formula, which includes a lot of factor here. Then second, FPS not to exceed FPY, and FPS not to exceed the effective pre-stress plus 420. And this is empirical, so your stresses here should be in megapascal, no? And in this formula, kay Y sub P, so that is a factor for the type of pre-stress tendon. So if FPY, the ratio FPY over FPU exceeds 0.8, so you have 0.55 value of YP. And if greater than 0.85, it decreases to 0.4. And then if greater than 0.9, so mo-decrease pa gyud ngadto sa 0.28. Now in over-reinforced nga banded beam, so the moment capacity is governed by the strength of concrete, no? So that's why here, note nga mo ni siya diri ang kuan, instead of using T, we use C. So the same gyapon nga ko atong i-consider ang internal equilibrium. So we equate, then solve for the depth of the stress block, then replace APS by rho sub P BDP, then cancel out the common terms. So you will get this reduced expression for A, which is 0.424 beta 1 times dP. So once you have solved for A, then you can compute the internal nga resisting moment capacity. So ingon rin na, no? So kani siya nga analysis, valid ni siya sa mga rectangular section. What about if we have a T section or a non-rectangular nga section? Just like in this case here, no? We have here an I section. So our area and compression is not rectangular. So to analyze this, we just divide this area, no, into component rectangles. So ang kani dire, no, sa middle nga part, mao na siya dire nga kuan, ang iyang couple, no? Then for the concrete corresponding to the flanges, so mao sa ni siya ang kini internal couple. So we are using here superposition, no? Then of course the total moment capacity will simply be the sum of this couple and this internal couple. So it's just the same as a T-beam analysis, no, sa atong reinforced concrete. So again, you are already familiar. So mo follow ra na siya the same line of analysis. So starting with this couple here, no. So again, equilibrium requires that C1 is equal to T1, and C1 will be equal to the average concrete strength or stress nga 0.85 F sub C prime, and multiply that by the area, no? So the area will be kani siya nga area dire sa kilid. This area here. Also at the other side. So the net width will be BF minus BW, flange width minus the width of the web, then multiplied by the thickness of the flange. And that is equal to the area of steel that is required to balance the compressive force C1. So we call that APF. So the subscript F refers to the flange, compression force in the flange. So ang corresponding area sa steel kung balance niya na atong gitawag APF, and multiplied by FPS. So from this equation we can solve for APF. Yeah, so nakuha nag APF dere, so pila may mahibilin para sa kaning nga couple. So it will be APS, the total area of pre-stress reinforcement, minus the area used up in this couple here. So muna ang APW, so this is for the web, to balance the compressive force in the web. So kaning middle portion, So atong equate ang C2 to T2. So C2 will be 0.85 sub C prime ABW and T2 APW FPS. Then solving for A, we get this value. So once we have solved for the depth of the stress block, before you can compute the moment, you have to know the value of A. So this is how we arrive at the value of A. So once that is known, then we can now evaluate the moment of this couple here and this couple. So for the first part, you have the compressive force is this value, 0.85 sub C prime B minus BW TF. Then the moment arm will be dP minus TF over 2. Then for the second couple, so ang atong force will be APW FPS. So solving it in terms of the tensile stress in steel, So APW FPS. So dire pwede sad nga mo ingog APF times FPS, instead of this. Anyway, based from this equation, they are equal. And the ultimate moment capacity will be equal to the sum of these nominal capacities then multiplied by the strength reduction factor, phi. So for bending, phi is equal to 0.9. So ang ductility requirement, we have omega sub W. So kaning subscript na W, nagpasabot ni nga kay mag-compute kag rho, mag-compute kag rho mo yung kag. So, ngari, atay calculation sa rho, di ba? Let's go back to those siya. So, kani nga mga rho. Now, sa rectangular rho tayo problema, ang B na to is the width of the beam. But in case of a regular section or non-rectangular section, kung sa man nga B ang imong gamiton, ang B is sa flange ba o ang B sa web? So, the subscript W will serve to remind us that we use BW, the width of the web, and not the width of the flange. So kani siya nga mga index is computed based on BW. Okay. By the way, if you have questions, so feel free to interrupt. So what follows is a sample problem. So determine the ultimate moment capacity of a pre-tension banded beam with a cross-section of 300 by 700. Concrete has strength of 35 megapascal and stress relief pre-stressing strand has a PU of 750 megapascal, EPS 1500 and eccentricity of 200 mm below the centroid. So assume that strands are stressed to 0.7 FPU, a transfer of pre-stress and 20% nga pre-stress loss. So monitoring atong cross-section. So ang sa ito pa nanay nag-una nga computation nga gihimo nini, So probably the section was already proportioned based on service load condition. And we are now checking sa iyang ultimate moment capacity. So at this stage sa atong computation, naana tay beam dimension, yan nasa tay area, Sa atong pre-stress reinforcement, unya kining nahibaw sa iyang eccentricity. Okay? So kining solution, although as you can see in the figure na siya ay mild steel nga compression bars, kanito rin yan nasa mild steel nga tension bars. But in our calculation, we neglect the effect of the mild steel reinforcement. So wala na siya mo enter dire sa atong kuan. Now, in case if the beam is intentionally reinforced with mild steel reinforcement to increase the ultimate moment capacity. So ang may tabo na kung i-consider nimong effect or contribution in compression bar, then you will have here in the compressive force taken up by the bars on the compression side. In addition to this one, sa tay tension dire or tensile force sa imong mild steel reinforcement. However, in this calculation, we did not consider the effect sa compression or tension reinforcement. So from the figure, bitbito na atong figure, So the effective depth, that is the distance from the extreme compression phase to the centroid of the reinforcement, that would be the sum 350 plus 200, which gives 550. And we can, next we solve for rho sub P, so which is APS divided by BDP. So natay APS, natay B, natay DP. So masolve na to ang rho P. Then next we compute beta, or beta sub 1. So since our F sub C prime is greater than 30, then we use this formula. If less than or equal to 30, then it is automatically 0.85. So we substituting F sub C prime 35 megapascal, we get beta 1 of 0.85. Then next we compute FPY, so which is for stress relief strands. So gikan diri nga table, So ganito for using this formula, stress relief strands, our FPY is 0.85 FPU. And if you get the ratio, so it will be, you will get an equivalent value for Y sub P equal to 0.4. So muna siya dire ang atong gibasihan. So YP equals 0.4 and the time transfer FPI is 0.7 of FPU based on this condition, the strands are stressed to 0.7 FPU at transfer of pre-stress. Then FSE, considering a 20% pre-stress loss, which is assumed in the problem, 20% pre-stress loss. So we get an effective pre-stress of 980 megapascal. So the next part will be to determine FPS. So katong tulo ka equation, So kaning ABC. So primero, by the way, we have to verify kaning condition. I think that is a specified sa kuan. So kani ato ning i-verify kay kaning formula is valid subject to this condition, So before you apply this formula, finally check sa nimong FSE if it is greater than or equal to 0.5 FPU. So that is what we did here. So ang atong FSE 980, half of FPU is 875. So the condition is true, and therefore this formula will apply. Okay. Now, again, neglecting the effect of the tension, mild steel nga tension o compression nga reinforcement. So, ato na silang zero. So, ito pa, ang mahibilin, kani siya, makancel out ni siya, So, kanina lang siya nga termo yung mahibilin. Then, substitute values. So, we arrive at FPS equals 1357 megapascal. Then second formula, not greater than FPY, which gives and FPY is 0.85 FPU, no? So we get 1487 megapascal. And the third equation, not to exceed FSE plus 420. So we have computed FSE to be 980 plus 420, we get 1,400. So we have here three answers, and we adopt the lowest value, no, which is 1357 megapascal. Okay, next we check whether tension or compression will govern, no. So mo ni siya ang atong limit 0.36 beta 1 gives us 0.292, and we compute omega p. So the formula rho sub p fp is over f sub c prime. So we already have these are given, no? Then rho sub p is computed. Array 0.00909, and we get 0.352. So i-compare nato ning omega sub p ngadto sa 0.36 beta 1. Now, since the omega p is greater than 0.36 beta 1, then we have an over-reinforced condition, no? So therefore, concrete will govern. So we compute ultimate moment capacity based on concrete strength, no? So kung concrete may mo-govern, ang A na to, morning pag-compute sa A, morning formula nga itong gamiton, it has been derived already, no? Sa kani siyang portion, no? Sa atong kani diri nga part, no? Kani siya. So ato nang na-derive, then mo na siya atong gigamit diri. So once you have A, then you can compute your moment capacity, but you express it in terms of the compressive force C. So 0.85 F sub C prime, ang A atong na-compute, ang B given, then dP is computed based on the section dimension, yan nasa ta A. So na-compute na to ang MU. Substituting values, you get 691.5 kilonewton meter. Now, up to this part, the solution is already complete, no? Kaya nahibaw man tang since this condition is prevailing, so ang concrete good may mag-govern. But just to verify, no? So atong panalitan computer na to ang ultimate moment capacity based on steel. So we compute the depth of the stress block if that is the case. So we just equate the compressive force to the tensile force. So full tension in steel, APS FPY, or FPS rather, equal to the balancing compressive force in concrete. Nga ang maka-adjust na kaning A. So ang A may atong computon. So we get 228, then this is the equation that we have. So APS FPS, that is T times the moment arm, the internal couple, multiplied by the capacity reduction factor. So substituting values, we get an answer of 798.73 kilonewton meter, which when we compare that with the previously obtained result, 691. So in this case, the lower value will govern the moment capacity, no? So size steel is larger than this value, as we should expect, no? So any questions? So that's for the banded tendon. So we now have for unbanded tendon. Now sa unbanded tendon, the pre-stressing force is transferred at the end, no, of the beam by or through the bearing plates, since there is no band stress between the reinforcement and the concrete. So the pre-stressing force is transferred at the ends of the cable only, no? And that is transferred by use of bearing plates. So for unbanded tendon, the ultimate strength are actually lower than for the equivalent banded ones, no? And there are two reasons, no, which are given here. So first is the tendons is free to slip, and therefore the strain in the tendon is more or less equalized along its length, and the strain at the critical section is lessened. So unlike in the banded case, so the strain in the tendon will correspond to the magnitude of the bending moment. So at the section of larger bending moment, you have a larger strain. Pero sa unbanded, so the tendon are free to slip, no? They are not gripped by the concrete. So the strain will be distributed throughout the length of the cable, no? Then second, the appearance of few large cracks in the concrete instead of many small ones for banded beams. So tends to concentrate the strain in the concrete, thus resulting in early failure. That is why for unbanded tendons, to avoid this situation, the code requires that we provide a minimum amount of banded reinforcement, to avoid the occurrence of large cracks. So in terms of calculation, ang naka-difference lang dire ang pag-compute na to sa FPS, ay sa banded mo man siya ang mga formula sa FPS, For unbanded, we have also separate or another set of formulas. So FPS depends on the span to depth ratio. If greater than or less than or equal to 35, then we have this set of equations. Then if greater than 35 ang atong span to depth ratio, so mo sa ni siya ang set sa equation. So mo nang ato sang to determine which set of equation to use, we have to verify ang range sa atong span to depth ratio. So in order to distribute cracking, the minimum banded reinforcement which must be included for beams and one-way slabs is 0.004 of A. Now, kanang A, that is the area in tension, So for example, muning atong cross-section, then if it is rectangular, then our neutral axis will fall at the mid-depth, unless you follow a more detailed calculation kay naamang kay reduction sa concrete area dire, since this is where you place your pre-stressing reinforcement, and that will somewhat reduce the concrete area here and therefore moves the neutral axis towards the top, or higher. But anyway, neglecting nga area, So ang atong tension area, so kani siya nga area dire, That is kaning A na to. So a area of that part of the cross-section between the flexural tension phase. In case of positive bending moment, your flexural tension phase will be at the bottom and the centroid of the cross-section. So steel which supplies AS should have yield stress of not exceeding 414 megapascals. Okay, so gusto na mo diya? Naapa mo diya? Are you still there? Wala may tingog. Naapa diya? Ayaw kay agte kay si Ricarda. Sige. So nga rita sa some example, So determine ultimate moment capacity of the pre-tension unbanded beam having a span of 12 meters, cross-section 300 by 700, then F sub C prime 35, and stress relief with FPU of 1750, area of pre-stress reinforcement 1500, eccentricity 200, and assume that strands are stressed to 0.7 FPU at transfer and 20% pre-stress loss. So actually kini siya nga mga dimension parehara man sa kaning problem ganiya, Siya. So, 300 by 700. And 200 ang eccentricity. So, dp. Then here we have the span to depth ratio. So, the span is 12 meters divided by the depth, which is the overall depth of the section, no? So 700, we get 17.1. It's less than 35. So if less than 35, then this set of equations for solving FPS will be applied. So sunod nini, sulbo na to ang rho sub P. So parihara ganiya. Then time transfer 0.7 FPU. Effective pre-stress 980. So karon ang atong mga equation gamiton kani siyang kaning tulo, no? So substituting the values, so we get these results and we adopt the smallest of the three answers. So in this case we have 1088 megapascal. Then for minimum bonded reinforcement, you have 0.004 of A. So where A is the area from neutral axis or between neutral axis and the tension phase, which is effectively half, no, of the cross-sectional area of the beam. So we get a required area of 420. Then we select the bar diameter and compute the area of the bar and the number of bars. So natay 2.1, we round off to 3 pieces of 16 mm diameter bars. Then for the limiting value, no? Kung under-reinforced o over-reinforced, so atong computer ang 0.36 beta 1, where beta 1 is 0.81, the same as we have calculated in previous sample. So we get 0.292. Then we compute the reinforcement index for the pre-stress reinforcement. Then this is now for the mild steel reinforcement. So in this analysis, we are considering the mild steel reinforcement, no? The contribution of the mild steel reinforcement. Now, effective depth for the mild steel reinforcement. So naana siya dire, no? So pila man kay how did we arrive at this? So you have a 50 mm cover, then 10 mm is the diameter of the stirrup, then bar diameter is 16 mm. So since we measure towards the center, so we subtract half, no, of the bar diameter. So we get effective depth of 632 mm. Then compute reinforcement index for mild steel tension reinforcement and compute the combined, no, reinforcement index. So we have omega plus omega P, omega prime is 0. We don't have, so there wala na to ipa, no, ang sa compression bars. So magawas nga 0.32, that is greater than 0.36 beta 1, which is only 0.292. So again, concrete controls, no? Now, in this example, so both in the previous example o sa kaning example karon, ang concrete mo may govern, no, sa iyang moment capacity, which again from a design standpoint is not desirable, no? So ang ato gyud untang buhaton ni sa actual nga design kay ang concrete mo may govern, no, sa strength. Atong pwede dungangan atong compression bars, no, to reinforce. We provide enough nga compression steel so that the failure will now be initiated by yielding, no, on the tension side. Pero dire wa na ta mo padayon diha, no, kaya nga atong tuyo pag-compute naman sa moment capacity. Pero mag-design ta, no, sa actual design practice ato na siyang i-address, no, nga problem. Kaya dili ta gusto nga mo fail ang atong beam first by compression nga failure. Okay, so if compression control, so you have this formula for determining the depth of the compression block, then MU, so is computed based on the concrete strength, no? So 0.85 is P prime AB, that is the compressive force, no? Kani siya. Then dP minus A over 2, the moment arm, then phi the reduction factor. So if you substitute the values, you get an answer of 691.5 kilonewton meter. Now, so again, up to this part, the solution is already complete, no? Since this condition prevails, kani siya, and we are sure that the moment capacity is governed by concrete, but still, pareha sa ganiha, ni padayon lang gyapon tag compute, no? Ato lang gi-check ang moment capacity based on steel. So karon ang atong sa steel nga side, naanay siya duha ka component, no? Naatay pre-stress reinforcement nya tulo ka 16 mm diameter bar. So unsa may atong buhaton ini, ato lang ni siyang gi-replace, no? Nakay tension diri sa imong nakay tension diri sa imong pre-stress reinforcement, nasa kay tension sa imong mild steel reinforcement. Then we replace that by a single or by the resultant, no? Kaning T, which is a sum of TPS plus TS. So TPS will be FPS times APS, then TS is FY times AS. So no, again, remember nga natay substitute nga P to denote sa atong pre-stress nga pre-stressing steel, no? So we get these answers, then we take the sum, then locate the centroid, no? So mo man siyang resultant ining duha ka mga forces. So ato na compute ang magnitude, karon atong solbuhan asa man ang iyang location, no? So we locate it from the bottom. So you have kani nga force ato na compute nga 1632. Then kaning sunod, kaning TS ato na compute nga 250. So pila may distance na to from the bottom to, so pila man nga distance? Yeah. So that would be 50 the concrete cover plus 10 mm stirrup diameter plus half bar diameter. So 50 plus 10 plus 8, that would be 68. So 68 ni siya nga distance, and the other distance, no, will be 150. Ikan diri paingon dito. So kani nga force multiplied by 150 plus kani nga force multiplied by niini nga distance nga 68. Then the whole thing we divide by the total force, we get the distance G. So manini ang sunod na tong kuan, ang pag compute na to, no, sa depth sa atong compression block, assuming that steel will reach, no, their corresponding limits. So ato na equate ang total nga tensile force ngadto sa total nga compressive force, no? So 1882, then 0.85 sub C prime AB. So ang anong diri ang area. So once we have solved for A, then we can compute the kining moment arm internal cobble, which is Z. So Z will be dP minus A over 2. Ano? Rather, Z will be equal to H minus G minus A over 2. Okay? Another ang atong computation. Then once that moment arm is determined, then you can compute the internal resisting moment, no? So in terms of the tensile force, so T times the moment arm Z, then multiplied by the capacity reduction factor. So we get 772. Then if we compare that with this answer, which is 691. So as expected, the capacity based on steel strength is larger, no, compared to that of moment or concrete strength, because this condition prevails, no. So naa ba yung mga pangutana? Okay, kani siya nga graph shows us the variation of the stress in the steel, both for the banded and unbanded nga beam. So makita nato nga ko ano, for example, let us first trace sa path sa unbanded nga beam, no? So kining as the load is progressively increased, no? From girder self-weight, then you add the superimposed dead and live load, then the cracking load. So this is the load that will initiate cracks, no, on the tension side. Then finally, the ultimate load. So as the load on the beam is increased, no, so ang stresses still mo increase. Yan mo ni siya ang kuano, yung variation. So sa unbanded, so go dire, no? Ayun na diha, then saka dito. For the banded beam, so kani siya ang iyang kuan, then there is a slight decrease here, then goes here, and at cracking load, it will suddenly absorb, no, a abruptly absorb additional force mo nang kalit siya jump dito. As you further increase the load, so mo saka na sa siyang iyang stress, no. So makita na to nga ang sa banded beam, because they carry a larger stress, will have a larger moment capacity. So any questions? So you already have received the plates, no? Nana mo kuan? Itong mga plate problems.
Yes, sir.
4 to 7. So let's try to go over the plates. Sa mga okay, problem PS6. So kani siya nga okay, so kaning problem set number 6, makita ba sa screen? Kaning problem set? So related ini siya sa ining sa naman to. Sa previous nga problem set, no? Problem set 5. So problem set 5, so proportioning priestless beam for flexure. So once you have solved problem set 5, ang mga result nga imo mo-obtain dire, imo ning proportion, no, based on service load condition. So now in problem set 6, you are required to compute the adequacy, no, of the beam. So in 6.1, investigate adequacy and flexure of the beam in proportion in problem 5.1 at factored load condition. So assume banded and stress relieved strands. So pag compute nimo sa kuan, diri na man kay given nga dead load ug live load. So you compute your factored moment. Okay? So unsa na pag-compute ng factored load, you multiply the dead load and live load by their load factors. Okay? I-compare nimo ang factored load o ngadto sa ultimate moment capacity. So sa 6.2 mo gyapon no. So katong ining section nga imong na-obtain from problem 5.3, you investigate them. Then 6.3, so assume beam in problem 5.3 is provided with advantage and low relaxation strands. Then what is the estimated ultimate moment capacity of the section with minimum banded reinforcement supplied with the form bars FY of 414? So I think that is similar to this problem, no? Ini nga sample problem. So I think makaya na ninyong sulbon. Aning problem set 6. But you have to do your problem set 5 correctly. Otherwise, pag abot nimo sa problem set 6, sayo nasa na, no? Mo na ngayon gyud ang problem set 5. Okay, sometimes it is necessary or required to compute the stress in the steel. Although panagsara ni pero naay mga higayon no kinahanglan computer na tong stress sa steel. For example, in investigation problems, no? So given ta sa mga loading, so you want to determine what is the stress in the steel. So in this example, we'll illustrate no the method of computation both for banded and unbanded beams. So same beams but ang part 1 atong i-assume nga steel is banded, then part 2 assume that steel is unbanded. So a post-tension simple beam on a span of 12 meters is shown. It carries a superimposed load of 11 kilonewton per meter in addition to its own weight of 4.5 kilonewton per meter. So initial pre-stress in the steel is 950 megapascal, reducing to 820 megapascal after deducting all losses and assuming no bending of the beam. Now later, when we arrive at the topic on pre-stress loss, so when the pre-stressing force is applied, no, so the beam will tend to bow up, no, will tend to bend upward and thereby reducing or resulting into a loss of pre-stress, no? Since the fiber at the level of the steel reinforcement will slightly contract, no, due to compression. So we neglect that effect here. So the cable has an area of 1,600 square millimeter and modular ratio is N is equal to 6. So compute the stress in steel at midspan. So assuming 1, steel is banded, then 2, the steel is unbanded. So in the figure, we have a parabolic cable profile with eccentricity at midspan of 125 mm, no? And section is 300 by 600. So first, let us analyze the case of the banded cable. So we compute here the moment at midspan due to dead and live load. So this is the dead load 11, live load 4.5. Muna siya dire, no? Superimpose load 11 and ang weight 4.5. So mo din yung dead load unya kani superimpose load. So since it is simply supported, then we have 18 WL squared. We get 279 kilonewton meter. Then we calculate the moment at midspan due to pre-stress. So that is APS FSE multiplied by the eccentricity E, no? So APS is 1,600 square millimeter, FSE given to be 820, eccentricity from the figure is 125, then 10 to the minus 6 is to convert Newton millimeter to kilonewton meter. Then we compute the net moment at midspan. So the moment due to applied load minus the moment due to pre-stress. Now, in this calculation, unsa man ni siya nga concept sa pre-stress ang atong gigamit? Ha? Tulo man to, di ba? Homogeneous beam concept, internal force method, o load balancing. So, kani siya, unsa man ni siya? Method. Mga kababayan, unsa man ni siya nga kuan? Homogeneous beam method, internal force method, or load balancing method? Ala. Wala ba nito bag? Oh, kamoy kuan dia ha. Na ano niyo na. Okay, so man nato ma-compute ang net moment. Then we can compute the stress due to bending, no? Using the gross moment of inertia. So we have the flexure formula my over I. So our m is 115 kaning net nga moment, and y is the distance from the so that is the distance from neutral axis to the level of the steel reinforcement, no, which is 125. So this is the stress in concrete, no, 2.66 megapascal. Then the corresponding stress in steel, we multiply by the modular ratio N, no? So NFC is 16. So this is the change in stress in the steel. Then we add it back to the effective nga pre-stress of 820 megapascal. So this is now the final or resultant stress in the steel. Now, in the second case for unbonded cable, so kani siya ang solusyon na to mo require ni siya og ining integration. So average strain in the cable is computed by integrating the strain along the entire length. So the unit strain in concrete at any point. So you have ining strain, no, given the symbol gamma. So don't be confused ha, kay kaning gamma is strain. Ay na may ubang textbook god nga ang iyang gigamit nga symbol sa strain is katong E, no? So kani strain is siya equal to the stress divided by the modulus of elasticity. But stress by flexure formula is my over I, no? So kini dire kaning my over I mao na siya ang atong F. Okay? So we get that result ng my over E sub Ci. Ang atong E is E of concrete, no? So the total strain along the cable is then obtained. So delta is equal to, you have the strain, the unit strain multiplied by the differential length dx. Then we integrate that over the entire length, no? So replacing gamma by my over E sub Ci and multiplied by dx, and if we take the average strain, so average strain will be obtained, no, by dividing the total strain by the length. Okay, so divide both sides of this equation by L, so we get this result. And average stress will be equal to the average strain multiplied by the modulus of elasticity. Okay, so delta over L gikan dire mo ni siya Then siya atong gihimo diri ang L atong gipagawas, no? Then M is governed by kuan, no? Sa atong moment equation, ang Y is also varies. Now, kining atong I, if the beam has a constant cross section, then we can place this outside of the integral sign, no? So ang atong moment kaning M na to, no, moment equation, you can derive that, di ba? So if this is your kuan. So mo ni atong moment diagram. Simply supported man siya, no? Oops. So mana kanila eh. So kaning MO man ni siya ang moment diri sa midspan. Now notice nga naani siya ay similarity, no? Ang iyang forma sa atong moment diagram o sa cable profile na to, no? Ang cable profile nga parabolic, kay nga atong moment diagram parabolic man, ang atong cable profile parabolic sad. Pero of course ang atong cable profile kuan lang siya kanang ingon lang siya nana, no? So kani siya ang offset diri sa center mo ni siyang y sub o. So ang pangutana nato, no? Pila man ang moment, no, at this distance gikan diri sa I think ang x we refer it from the center. So kung mo ni siyang atong center, so gikan sa center paingon diri ng location, muna siya ng atong x ni siya, no? Kani so maning M diri correspond diri sa ubos muna siya ng atong y. So kana, no? So ito i-apply nini para ma-derive na to ng M ug Y in terms of X. So we want to derive, no? So M as a function of X and Y also as a function of X. So maybe kuha ni siya, since these are different function although similar, so we use G sub X, no? So I hope you can easily do that, no? You use your knowledge in analytic geometry. This is just a parabola, so you use what you have learned, no? Sa equation sa parabola, y is equal to kx squared, no? And you can easily derive kini siyang equation. What is true sa kaning moment equation, ang atong cable profile, parabolic man sad. So asa na sa similar nga kuha, no? Forma. But instead of MO, you have YO ang nadere. So karon gikan ini nga result. So you have okay, so kani siya. Nya ang inertia na to constant man mo na diri atong gipagawas, no? So mo na diri sa outside integral sign you have n over li. Then what remains each side, which are both functions of x, ang m na to ang atong y. So kung atong i-replace ang m by any expression, ang y replaced by this expression, so naa kay mo yo, this one will be multiplied by itself, no? Kani diri times na ini, so mo ni diri quantity square. Ya kanang x over l over 2 ato nang gisaka ditong 2, so that's why we have here 2x over l. Then we integrate this, so our variable of integration is x. Then after you integrate, you apply, no, the upper and the lower limits. So we do not show that part anymore. Anyway, you know your integral calculus, di ba? So if you do that, then you will get this answer, no? So ang atong NMOYO over I, o na siya dire ang atong na-obtain nga answer kaganiya. Naman to. Kaning 16, no? So times 8 over 15, you have 8.5. Then you add it back, no, to FSE, so you get your resultant stress. So maka-observe ta nga diri sa atong unbonded, mas gamay siya stress, no, ikumpara sa atong equivalent nga bonded beam, 836 versus 828. Because sa unbonded na to, ma-distribute man ang atong strain. Well, kani siyang sunod nga topic is just for solving the cracking moment. So it is the moment that will initiate the occurrence of the first tensile cracks, no? And that can easily be solved by use of the combined stress formula. Okay. So the resultant stress will be the superposition of the stress caused by the eccentric nga pre-stressing force plus the stress due to the live load, no, or the applied load. Ya kani siyang sa stress due to eccentric nga pre-stressing force ato siyang do na siya duha ka term, no. Ning primero nga term is direct compression and the second term is due to the eccentricity, no, of the pre-stressing force. Okay? So, at cracking moment, ang atong M will be equal to MCR, which is the cracking moment. Ang atong F, which is the stress at the tension, extreme tension fiber, will be equal to the rupture strength of concrete, no? So, that is the limiting value. So, kung kini siyang M atong alisdag MCR, yung F replaced by FR, so we will come up with this equation. And solving for MCR, we will come up with this equation. So doon na tayo mga observation nga suwat diri sa ubos, no? So FRI over C gives the resulting moment due to the modulus of rupture of concrete. So if there were no pre-stressing. So panalitan ordinary nga beam. So kani nga term wala, no? So mabilin kanina lang. Then Fe, that is the resisting moment due to the eccentricity of the pre-stress, and Fi over AC due to the recompression of the pre-stress. So the addition of the eccentric na pre-stressing force will of course increase your cracking moment, no? So ang atong non-pre-stress nga beam will crack at an earlier stage when compared to the corresponding pre-stress beam. Kaya naamon tayo maduga nga force kani siya o kani nga contribution. So naay sa commentary ang pag unsa man nga ay nga atong gamiton, no? Sa man nga ay. Kay ato mang na observe, no, nga mo ning atong beam nga cross section, then the actual concrete area is somewhat decreased, no, due to the presence of the pre-stressing bars. So ato ni i-fill. So natay duha ka passive section ini, natay kining gross, the inertia of the gross area or kini siya subtract na to, no, ang area occupied by the pre-stressing reinforcement. Well, nining duha of course ang kani siya mo mas accurate sa kaning gross area sa yun ra pangitaw ni centroid na ara sa mid height, samtang kini dire tungod kana wad ang tag area dire, so atong neutral axis medyo musaka, no. So ang comment dire, no, so in order to simplify the computation, gross section of the concrete is most often used. So kani siya, no. So if area of holes is a significant portion of gross area, then the net area may be used. If the percentage of steel is high, the transformed area may be preferred. So katong area sa transformed section where you multiply the area of steel by the modular ratio n. So unsa ang gamito na to? So giingon diri nga discretion must be used in choosing a method of solution consistent to the degree of accuracy desired. So kani siya mo pinaka least nga accurate. Ya kani siya nga maynusan nimo diri, ya ikatulo ang pinaka accurate katong i-transform nimo, no. But usually kani siyang gross area, no, kay ug ato i-percentage gamay ra maning percentage area sa steel kumpara sa total area sa concrete, no. So I think in most cases the use of the gross area is justified. So diri natay example sa kining pag-compute nato sa cracking moment. So kani murag sayon na kayo kay simply a matter of substituting into the derived nga formula, no, for MCR. So kung wa kay allow nga tension, then your FR will be 0. And this is used sa mga, for example, structure which are kining exposed to wet environment, like for example kining ice plant, no, or mga cold storage. So dili mo ka gusto nga na tension, no, mo occur in order to protect the steel bars. So ang imong FR nga i-allow nimo nga tension is 0. So ang cracking moment will be this much. Kung mo allow ka gamay nga tension say 4.2 megapascal, then your cracking moment will be higher, no. Okay. So the next topic will be pre-stress losses. So that will be discussed in next meeting. So for now, that would be the end of our lecture. So do you have any questions? Balik tayo
Wala nga, sir.
sa naman eh. So, Chloe Ariglo. Walay pungutan na si Chloe. So, ipopronounce niya ito, Chloe o Chloe?
Chloe, sir. Binisaya ka, sir.
Bisaya ang pagka-pronounce, no?
Oh, Bisaya man ta, sir.
So, kanang Chloe nga nga, mura mo na siya, gusto mo na.
Louie na, sir, niya. Gibutangan nagsi sa tubangan, sir.
Kaning Nikolay, mura kuha ni siya, no? Daniel Nikolay, mura ni siya o, ano eh, kanang Russian.
Yes,
Ya
sir.
papa, sir. Russian, ya papa, sir.
Yuri siya, do. Russian sa ni. Talaga mga Russian dire. Sige, niya padayon mo solve sa inyong plates, no? So kung doon ay question, pwede ra mo email sa inyong mga question. Okay? Para di ta masangit. And you try to finish the plates early, no? Ako nang gihatag ninyo, I think up to sa last nga plate number 7. So after next week, discuss ang pre-stress losses. So the following week will be devoted for exams, no? So nata exam sa usa ka exam on katong the three concept of pre-stress concrete, and another exam on proportioning beams for flexure, then another exam on pre-stress losses, no? So, morang you try to do your plate. The exam will be similar, no, to the plate problems. So, if you are doing your plates, you understand the solution, then the exam will not really be that difficult for you, no. Anyway, this is still an introductory course in pre-stress concrete. So, apata mo dive yun sa katong mga lisod ng mga ini aspect, no, sa design sa pre-stress concrete. Okay, so there are 74 others. Anyway, 74 others. So plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 73, there are 80, no? Students present. So how do we take the attendance? Ha? Saan mo na to ning attendance na to? Nabatay. Asan tong comment nga comment section ini? What will I press to make the comment section appear?
Lower left, sir.
Hindi din na
Ay, right there, lower right.
Lower right, dire.
Tapad sa kanang na yung mga dot.
This one.
Okay, this one, chat.
Ganun to, sandali yun.
Okay, so you just type your name, no? There is a send message. Or you can type something, di ba? Then I will just screenshot. Siguro ka na siya nga kuan to record your attendance, no? So after you have typed in your comment or your name ba, no? Then you are free to leave the class.
Bye. Thank you, sir.
Sige.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.